Hello everybody, my name is Claude Webster, and today I want to share with you a centering exercise that is very easily accessible, and that is extremely effective, very powerful. It is based on discoveries made by a neurocardiology institute in America called HeartMath. They discovered that there was a link between your heartbeats and your mental waves. So you have, I talked a lot about the brain that has waves when you are extremely agitated mentally, very active, and you want to calm down the inner dialogue. That institute discovered that there was also a correlation, a link between the heartbeat and those waves at those two places, and they communicate to one another. One influences the other, and it's reciprocal. The other can influence the other one as well. It goes both ways. They made a couple of discoveries. They realized this connection, but they realized also that some emotions, some inner state had a profound effect on this in the brain waves as well as the heart rhythm, their heart beats. If I try to make it simple, the heartbeat, the electrocardiogram that you can read, when you're very busy in your head, what happens is that your heartbeat reflects this activity in a way that they call incoherent. Let's say your heartbeat is around 68. But instead of being a fluid or harmonious 68, it's more of a 69, 67, 68 and a half, 67 and a half, 69, 66. It moves a little bit and it's very erratic. It's very different. When you calm your inner dialogue, suddenly you're way closer to always to a harmonious heartbeat, which would be 68, 68.2, 67.8, very, very close to all of the same exact rhythmic pattern. They call this coherent. So the coherence of the heart has a link with the harmonious or the slowing down of your inner dialogue. When they were doing these researches, the other discovery that was amazing came one day when one of the researchers was using his teenager boy to experiment with calming those diagrams. Basically, they put a sensor to his ears, and you could see on the computer program whether it's extremely agitated or if it becomes suddenly more coherent. And with the teenager, they were doing exercises with the breath, with concentration, with very little results. And at one point, the dog came into the room and came to the teenager, and the boy started to pet his dog. Within 30 seconds, his diagram became coherent. The heartbeat and the brain waves suddenly became harmonious. So they went like, wait a minute, what happened? So they made some inquisition to discover what feelings had the fastest effect in bringing this harmonious heartbeats. And they discover 4 different emotions. Gratitude would create this harmonious diagram. Non-judgmental. I translate it with compassion. Not to be non-judgmental of something, it's to be open. So I called it open, you can call it compassion. The other one is forgiveness. When you forgive, you let go, you open. And the last one, caring, to care for something or for someone, whether it's to take care of your garden or take care of, like in this example of the dog, or a person, someone that you love, a baby, that would make a huge difference, a big impact into your diagram of this coherence between your heart and your brain. So the idea to use as a tool in order to really attain a centering state quickly and effectively, we will use your imagination, a memory of one of those four inner states. I have a friend who told me that taking care of her flowers was something that brings her peace, inner peace. To have her hands in the dirt, the smell, the connection with nature was very strong for her. Personally, I had an experience like this with holding a very, very young baby in my arms before going on stage, and to give it back to the mother before I walked on stage, and suddenly I felt like, oh wow, I felt so grounded and focused at the same time. It was really wonderful. It was this inner coherence that happened very, very quickly because of this connection. They realized that you can attain the same result by using a memory of one of those souvenirs, one of those moments. So what I propose to you, 3 steps, very easy steps. First one, body. You need to have a vertical line of your body and to keep it very, very calm. So no agitation of movement, left, right, excited, anything. You bring your body in one position. Think tall, without being rigid. Just open up, tall. You can move a little bit your head, left, right, and then poised. Simple. Look forward. You bring your awareness to your breath. You can start by taking 2 or 3 very deep breathing, deep breath. So suddenly you're already calming down your inner dialogue. Take your hand and place it on your heart. And after those 3 breaths, you close your eyes and you bring a memory that you want to use and explore for at least, I would say, 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. So you're going to breathe through your hand, through your heart, as a symbolic way of opening your heart, because that's what it does basically, as a symbolic way. You open up. So let's say I take a memory of holding a child, and I play with that memory. I want to remember how it felt inside of my body, who were around me. I can put the movie in my head on pause, on slow motion, forward, change the angle a little bit. I play with the image, the sound, so the sensory memories that I have of that moment, or I make one up by staying with the smile or the openness of that baby. Maybe it's the eyes, maybe the eyes are closed, maybe he's asleep, but there's this fragility, I explore with my imagination as long as possible that wonderful feeling. And then I can just finish the same way I started, bring my awareness to my body, to my breath, and take 2 or 3 big breaths and come back. The researchers of that institute have demonstrated that 10 minutes of this centration, of this centering exercise, had effect in many systems inside of your body for hours after you've done this. It's as if you put money in the bank. It's as if you put fuel in your engine. It's suddenly you bring something to your body that is being used for many hours after. So instead of using words, counting in order to bring your attention, this exercise is capitalizing on a memory. For some people, it might be so much easier. So it's a way for you to explore different ways in order to find which one works the best for you. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. I'll be happy to answer to any of your questions. Have a great exploration with this centering exercise that I call coherence of the heart.